Welcome to the Career Pathways Podcast. As you can see, there's no Pat, and also you may notice you don't hear his voice in the background like the last time we did this. I did this as a host. That's because Pat is not here at all.
He abandoned us.
Yeah, he abandoned us.
Left
He's
us
gone.
behind.
Yeah, he left us behind. But thankfully, I'm here with two amazing people. Dr. Radek Szulga. What do you teach here at Lion?
I teach economics.
Yeah. We did an episode with him a while back. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. And then the mystery man over on the right over there.
First time in the studio here.
First time in the studio,
A fan's dream.
Mr. J.M. Stasny?
Stasny. Yeah.
Stasny. John Michael. How's the studio? Do you like it?
It's pretty nice. I like the soundproofness and the professionalism.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty professional.
Like
Yeah, we just got this painted too. Radek, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that wasn't here last time I did it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
new.
Yep, we gosh, I can't remember what her name was, but we had somebody paint it, and I was kind of nervous because I was like, I didn't know if I wanted anything on the wall, but
No, it looks good.
it does look
'Cause
good.
before it was just a blank wall.
Mhm. And then I realized, and I was like, yeah, the blank wall's kind of whatever. But we have a special episode here because we are going to be talking about a trip that had been hyped up on the podcast multiple times, actually, somehow. I didn't realize this, but we actually had 3 episodes where it was mentioned, and one of them wasn't even an actual regular episode of the Career Pathways podcast. So it was kind of interesting. So this was the Poland trip. Gosh, what were the dates on that? We left on what, the 17th?
Yeah, March 17th till March 31st or 30th, depending on
when
which of the
Yeah.
planes you
if
were
you
on.
got
Yeah,
The short and the
we'll
stick
talk
on.
about that. We'll talk about. I'm sure you guys have some comments about the end of the trip there. But yeah, so let's just start from the beginning. So, how did the trip even get planned to begin with?
Oh, that was in the macro, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Were you in that macro class?
Yeah, Dr. Szulga came up to me and goes, well, I was actually in Madison Burrell. She was like, hey, do you want to go to Poland? I looked at you and I was like, wait, we're going to Poland? And you were like, yeah, I'm trying to get people together. And I go, done.
Yeah.
You were like, go recruit people.
No, it was Madison and Brittany that came up with the idea in macro. I think it was macro, right? Or metrics. No, it was kind of metrics.
Yep.
And then they kept asking about it, and I was like, all right, let's try to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started recruiting people,
Mm-hmm.
and we got 14 students in the end.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember. I was sitting in the Mac, and I remember it was during one of our meetings when we used to do these radio meetings.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes up to me, and I was the only person that showed up, and he goes, yeah, you gonna be busy next spring? And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, come on this Poland trip. He goes, I don't know. Then you went, I don't know if you can go, but we'll try to make it happen if you
right,
get
'cause
signed up.
You're a freshman, and
Yeah.
it was going to be part of an economics class, and there's a thing about prerequisites and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All that got waived.
It was kind of nice, actually. But no, the trip was amazing.
The class is, by the way, still ongoing, and neither one of you showed up to it today.
Whoa.
Okay,
First of all,
hold on.
First of all,
The trip is over, class is going on, and they're skipping.
I'm not skipping on purpose.
Was it okay?
I was 6 hours away and was like, I can make the trip in a day.
You got the trip out of the class, and
Listen, I
you're
got the senioritis though. Like I can't shake it. It's not easy for me. But yeah, I'll come to class on Wednesday.
Thank you.
I will also be there Wednesday.
Right.
My class with Martell went a little long, to be fair. I saw that it was like 3:25, and I was like, all right, I am just going to put my stuff away and then just head to the...
Actually, I think Wednesday we might have a movie day. We might watch
Whoa!
some movies.
A Polish movie?
Yes.
Let's go. Can we bring popcorn?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Okay.
Popcorn or donuts or
Ooh,
something.
what if somebody like made one of those bowls with popcorn, M&Ms?
Can we cater? Can we cater it?
We have some money left over from the
Yeah,
trip.
let's cater.
Yeah, I don't know
Pizza,
how that would
We can
be
go get
looked upon.
donuts from
Shipley's.
Shipley's.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
those donuts.
Those are good donuts.
Those
But-
are good donuts.
But you want to get them in the morning. Simply
Yes.
donuts, you have to get like 6, 7 in the morning.
Whoa, that's a little early.
Yeah.
I went at 8 one time, and they were like doing fresh donuts, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Jeez,
They're really
this
good.
This is good. No,
Of how sidetracked we're getting.
No, that's the whole point of a podcast, man. Is it's just
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
no, it is great. All right, so trip happens, right? So we start out. We
God.
leave that Sunday, right? We left that Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, funny enough, you guys got the short end of the stick. So there's two groups. We split the trip up into two groups. Once we got to Poland, we got together. But there was a group that went really early in the morning on Sunday, went to Little Rock, and then you guys flew. And then also that same group was the one that got left in New York for overnight, right?
Yeah, we slept on the floor.
I have photos, yes.
Yeah.
They're kind of hilarious.
If you count it funny, I had freaking the Polish influenza and was dying on the floor in New York City.
That's true.
I'm surprised they even let you back in there. Like, geez, this guy
I
is
didn't
just...
tell anybody I was sick. I literally called my parents. I go, hey, I'm not feeling well. And they go, don't tell anybody. They might not let you back into the States. And I was like, okay. So I just had to like cough in silence and die in silence.
Yeah, just like, no,
No, the trip back was definitely pretty rough.
Yeah.
We had an overnight.
okay, hold on. The Memphis crew,
You guys were fine.
It was like,
I don't want to hear anything about.
you
the
know how
Memphis
like,
group.
you know how like there's the joke about like the Android alarms versus the iPhone like alarms, like the
No.
sleep alarms. No, okay, I was gonna say because your guys' was like violent and ours was like calm and peaceful and
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing open was the Dunkin' Donuts and the whole thing.
Mhm.
what?
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I guess, yeah. Everything was closed when we got to Memphis too, and also the Memphis. It was kind of crazy because when we got there was like a group of kids with Lion stuff on, and we all thought it was like somebody traveling through
With
Lion,
Lion?
but it wasn't. It was actually our group that was picking us up, and the driver
Oh.
brought like 4 guys with
Oh.
him, and we were all like, "Jesus, are we gonna be able to fit?" We did. We crammed in. It was. I was like, well, because I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, are these kids like flying out or something? Like,
Mm-mm.
and then
I heard that van ride was also not so fun.
oh, okay,
It
that
was packed. Yeah.
yeah, it was packed. It was hot,
Everybody
and
just went to sleep and then yeah.
I was like having because I was also semi sick too, but I wasn't like to the point where you were.
You
like
didn't,
you were.
no,
No.
you got like a smidgen of what I had for like a day. Yeah, I was. We can get into that later. It was bad.
But yeah, on the trip I was just like I kept going.
We're talking
this-
about the least interesting and least attractive parts of the trip.
no,
yeah,
no, no.
we need to go.
I
We
think
need to
these
go
are
like
Yeah.
okay.
the cool
okay,
stuff.
we'll continue on. We'll get to the end of the trip at the end. But okay, so we arrive after a very long, tiring plane ride. How was your guys' plane?
fantastic. it was freaking awesome. We were having a great time. We were all smiling, watching movies. I watched Oppenheimer. It was great. It was fantastic. I was having so much fun on
On
the
the
plane.
plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Oppenheimer.
slept well. And then actually, I slept terribly. But Brittany was cursing me out like the whole time because she had to switch seats with me because I'm too large to fit in the window seat.
That was a recurring problem throughout the trip. Too
Yeah.
large to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Europe is not made for me.
It's not
found out
jam
why
friendly.
It's not made for me. But like, I thought the plane rides were good there.
Yeah, it was
I
fine.
feel like there was like a level of excitement, and I was just like so pumped up. I was like,
Ooh.
I don't
It was a
care.
super small plane though. That was the
Really?
only thing. Yeah.
Our plane was
For an
bigger, but it
international
was
flight?
crammed. Like
Yeah, ours
I
was
was seriously like this, like sitting, like and also because the way it was booked, 4 of us were in the middle, and then the other 3 were on that side, and then there was like 2 people on the other side. It was your wife and your kids on the 3, and then there was 4 of us here, and then there was 2 of us, but there was a guy next to me as well, next to me and Josh. And he was like man spreading, and it was like, oh, gee, like really, like I'm talking like legs out and everything. And I was like, come on, bro, like really. But yeah, we got there. So we
got
get to London.
Yeah, we got kind of lost in Heathrow for a little bit.
I
We
wouldn't
didn't get-
say it was lost. We just like set up shop and like laid down. We were like,
Yeah.
it was like 8 a.m. there.
It took us some time to find each other. The two
Yeah.
groups.
Because
I thought it was funny.
we came in at London Heathrow, the Queen's terminal, and you guys came in at 5
Mhm.
at the 5th
Yeah.
terminal.
Well, Thomas got left behind on the plane. That cracked me
Oh,
up.
how did that happen?
Okay, so like they cut us off like coming down to like get on the bus, and I like turn around because I know Tom's back
Oh,
there
yeah,
because
yeah.
he had to pee or something, and he like grabbed his bag, and I was like, I'm gonna wait on my friend, and they go no, and I'm like, can I please wait on my friend? And they were like, no, get on the bus. I was like, okay. So we had to wait on Thomas to get there. That was just hilarious that they would not let anybody stay behind. I don't know if it was a.
Oh, we should say who all went. So who all went? It was
Oh God.
okay. It was John Michael, me, Radek, and your kids and your wife. Who else? It
Amanda.
was
Renee,
Thomas,
Michaela.
Eli, Ty,
Renee,
Josh,
Sam,
Sam, Brittany, and Blue, Madison,
and Ellie.
and Allie,
Yeah.
and Addie.
and Addie. Yeah,
14 people. 14 students.
14
us.
students.
Four of us, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and somehow, so you said this was actually the best trip compared to last time.
Logistically, yes, like, with the least amount of problems, actually. I mean, there's always like issues and difficulties, but we didn't lose anybody. We didn't have to like spend a whole day searching for anybody. Nobody like missed any big flights or excursions.
Did that happen on the?
Yeah, it happened. This happened previously. I mean, so in 2018, went on a Nichols trip to Poland. We left the guy on the train. He overslept. So we're on a train going to Gdańsk, and basically we're getting off at the next stop. And so I wake him up. I'm like, "Hey, it's the next stop." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then I assumed he was gonna get up and leave, but he just fell back right asleep.
Okay.
And by the time when we got off the train, we realized like, where is this guy? And then I see him in the window like this. And this was a professor. This was the other professor.
no.
Oh my gosh.
So then we had to go find him.
Oh,
I mean, he
gosh.
got off at the next stop, but yeah.
Oh, okay, so we get to London. We go through the airport, which, by the way, I'd never been. I'd been in airports. MSP is pretty big. Memphis is tiny, or compared to London and MSP.
Yeah, no,
But-
Heathrow is crazy.
But Heathrow is huge. Like it's not just international. Like it's beyond international. Like you
I
have to
kinda
take
hate it, to be
subways.
honest.
I do
It
hate it
sucks.
I'll go
because
on record saying I hate it.
it literally is like walking for a mile. Then you get on a freaking subway, and you're still after like
Yeah.
5 minutes on a subway. You're still in the airport.
It's basically a shopping mall where they let planes land.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it's not
was-
designed for travel.
it
It's
was-
designed to sell stuff.
Yeah, it was literally crazy, and all the prices are freaking
Ridiculous, yeah.
through the roof. It should be illegal to do that. But then we get out of London, or not out of London. We get out of the London airport, and we took a train the first time. Yeah, we took a train.
Tube.
Yeah, we took a tube. That's what they call them, tubes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Tube.
underground. Yeah.
And we took a tube to
Elizabeth Line.
Paddington.
to Paddington, and then we from Paddington we then went to a very awesome location. I thought it was a cool location. It just wasn't a nice staying location. The Dolphin
Oh,
Inn.
God.
Shout out to the Dolphin Inn.
We're not gonna say what happened at the Dolphin Inn. There was some interesting things going on outside of it, but
It was it was kind of central London.
Yeah.
it was cool.
There's a lot of stairs to go up.
Well,
Yeah.
it was funny when we first got there because Dr. Szulga was showing us our rooms. I think there were like 3 people with me. We're all walking upstairs, and it's you, Josh, and like Thomas, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And there's like 6 bunk beds. I think
It was like
I think
barracks.
all of us could have fit in
Yeah,
there.
it was
something.
a barracks room.
Minus 2 of the guys, so I guess 7.
Yeah, Eli. I think it was Eli and Ty. They actually got a room. They went like quick. Like they freaking
It was
sped up.
It was Renee and Eli.
Oh, really? I thought it was Renee
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Eli and
It
Ty.
was those 2. We're walking up there, and like we've walked 4 flights of stairs. I'm up at the top. I'm like sweating, and I look at these beds, and I'm like, Dr. Szulga, what? And he's like, nah, I think this is like the only room left. And I go, you got to be freaking kidding me. He's like, wait, I think there's one more on the reservation. So we were able to split up.
Yeah,
I'd say like, if you're able to split up with that big of a group and it's not like too compact, it's like
Yeah, I
pretty
think
nice.
actually it's one thing I learned from this trip is like always book an extra room just in
Mhm.
case.
Yeah.
Just to because it can get pretty cramped,
Mhm.
and it's not that much more. So,
No.
yeah.
But no, the Dolphin Inn was an experience to say the least.
There are interesting characters outside.
Yeah,
They're having fun though.
they
They're
were
very nice.
they were
Yeah,
living
they're
their
helpful.
life for sure.
Life on the
They were, like,
streets.
Yeah.
Telling us where to go and stuff. It was kind
Oh,
of cool.
not the ones I saw, but
Oh.
yeah.
Well, one of them was like, "Do y'all want to go to a park?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Queens
Oh.
Park is right there." So we just walked down the street to the Queens Park. It was beautiful.
Oh, was it Hyde Park?
Oh, that
Queens,
massive
I don't
park.
know.
You're talking about the
Yeah,
massive
the
park.
big
I
one.
walked
That's
through
Hyde
that park.
Park, yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
okay, so
okay.
I did like 8 or I can't remember. I think I looked and it said 10 miles of like walking all around, and I went to like Big Ben. I went to the
Yeah, you went all
Palace.
the way to the Thames.
Why don't you get a
from
bike,
Paddington.
bro?
Okay, so I didn't think about that because I didn't
It
realize
was
that like
£3 for a day pass for the
Really?
bikes. Like
Oh,
we went back
I was
out
also
at-
nervous too to like
like
ride
2
in that
a.m., but-
city, like even everywhere.
Oh yeah,
because
with
I'm like,
well, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't say that, but somebody
What?
almost got hit by a bus.
I remember it was Tom. It was
Well, yeah.
Tom.
I'm not surprised. I
It-
mean,
the
Because
bus
they come
literally.
from the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, we were. I
Well,
remember.
no,
we were
let's not talk
like,
about
whoa!
this. This
If you
thing
look
happened.
down at the like sidewalk, it literally says like before you're about to cross something, like look right or look left. So just read.
Yeah, but you're not used to it, right?
Yeah.
No, I was looking down. I was like, all right, look right. Nothing's there. I would go.
I mean, as a city to travel to for just a day or two, London is really cool. I would say being there for a long period of time would not be fun. I feel like.
I think we did everything we needed to do in a day.
Yeah, but so we did everything we needed to do, and then everybody like boom was gone. Like it felt like everybody was sleeping after food, and
Well, some
you
of us.
got
I took a nap, a revival nap,
Okay.
and then like because we've been riding bikes all day.
I went exploring. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess we all took a nap. We went out. We walked like way too far for like dinner or something. And
Yeah, we did too. We went to that the shop that Madison wanted to go to, pastry
but,
shop.
Yeah,
and
is
dessert
that
shop.
good?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
Like
Just
everything
looked
else.
fancy.
Yeah, like everything else in London, it was overpriced.
because I remember after I got back, I was literally about to pass out, and I remember like I looked at my foot, and my foot was blistering because I walked so much, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. I'm just gonna pass out, and I was like, crap, it's only like 5:30, and then all of a sudden he texts me and goes, hey, want to go have coffee with my your
my
cousin?
cousin. Yeah,
and I was like,
Your cousin?
wait.
My cousin was there.
Yeah, his
I
I
thought
know
cousin
he
was there.
lives there, but I didn't like.
It's a she.
It's a
Oh,
she.
she-
I thought the same thing. I was like expecting like a guy with like a beard who looked exactly like you to show up, and it's a woman. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I
okay.
missed this.
And we had coffee at like a Arabic stuff.
Lebanese.
Yeah, Lebanese. And then we had
Well,
food.
you know, it was a
Arabic coffee shop or something. And
yeah,
then we
and
had
Lebanese food.
Lebanese food. And I thought it was all right.
Got some lamb.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there was like those weird beets. Was it beet? No.
There was something like, was it pickled something?
Yeah, it was pickle. It was purple. And I was not having it.
I can't remember what that was. Yeah.
But the lamb was all right. Yeah. And then I passed out. You guys obviously had your fun or whatever. And then we went to yeah,
My
just
fun.
yeah, I'm just glazing over the facts here.
I mean, I can say that though.
that you went to
No,
a pub?
I'm 21
Okay,
years
no,
old.
you know what?
I can say
It's legal for us to
am I
drink
gonna
there.
get in tr-
I was
am
gonna say we can't. they
You can't say anything.
What do you mean?
You can't, but I can.
Okay.
I'm grown now. I'm old.
I was gonna.
I'm 21 years old, so like
Okay.
I think I'm okay.
Went to a British pub.
Yeah.
It was freaking sick. I will say, like it's like a very homey, like vibe. It's not like
Yeah,
it's not
was
like
kinda
the American
cozy.
bar where like you go get messed up and then listen to music and just like dance around. It's more of like you go with your friends and like
Yeah, booths.
just
and-
talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and
like-
I also heard you guys had a crazy experience at a pub on the way back too, but we'll get to that too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a funny story.
Wait, this is on the way back?
The dude getting tossed.
No, I
Like,
don't know.
okay,
literally-
okay, hold on.
We'll get there.
We'll get
Is
there.
this-
We'll get
Is
there.
in Uxbridge?
Mhm.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know the story. I think,
Okay.
no,
We'll
So-
get there.
So anyway, so then we take
This is good content.
This
You're
is-
gonna
this
have like
This is gonna be good. No, this is gonna be good. So we take Paddington back, not the bear. We take the trains. And
it
we
only
went,
got better from there.
yeah, it actually did because we got on the train, and the trains are always on time there. Like everything is always on time, which is something public transport I'm not used to here, or at least in bigger cities here. We get there, plane goes to Germany. We were in
Munich.
Munich.
Yep.
Yep, we were in Munich, and then when we got on the Lufthansa, Lufthansa, they have chocolates.
Oh yeah.
That was the best part of that plane ride. It wasn't even that it was short. Those chocolates freaking hit, man. Like seriously.
they're very nice. I think those are like, I mean, all stewardesses and flight attendants are pretty nice, but they're like very, I don't know, just very nice people, and then also
Yeah.
like very professional, like looking out for everybody.
No,
I
seriously,
don't know
they
if that's
were.
like everywhere, but
Yeah, that was the difference. The British Airway to London, they're kind of
Yeah.
burned out and rude.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
what I
Lufthansa
noticed.
were very nice.
Yeah.
They like actually enjoyed their job,
Yeah.
which is
Or
like
at least
I,
pretended. But
or
Yeah,
yeah, I was
they did
gonna
a good
say,
job of
they
faking
did
it,
it.
but-
If
yeah.
they didn't, they did a good job at faking. But as like a flight attendant, whatever. But we get to Poland. it's late at night after because we
It
had
wasn't
like
that late. It was
yeah
4
well,
or 5.
okay,
right?
but the sun was going down, which was odd to me because usually like here I'm used to like because we spring ahead. You remember?
Yeah.
And so usually the day is longer. Like usually the sun's going down at like 7:30
Yeah,
at
no
most.
daylight
in March.
savings time in Poland.
No, so it's like 5 o'clock and the sun's starting to go down. I'm like, what the
And we
what
gotta-
the f
and
here?
we got to figure out the buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got you guys some of those pretzels that you kept eating.
They were freaking delicious. They were like, what, 75 cents maybe?
Yeah, for
Like
like a big
US.
pretzel bagel thing.
I freaking ate like 8 of those
Yeah.
It was
in a
no.
day.
The ones at the airport were kind of stale though. The
Yeah.
ones within the city.
The
were really
ones
good.
with the little blue carts.
Dude.
are
Yeah, that
delicious.
place. You can see, and are they all ran by the same company, or is it just like the brand kind of like they all
I
just
think
know that?
I actually don't know. A lot of them look the same, right?
Yeah, I think that's
think
just
they
because
just-
you know, like if I see the blue card, there's gonna be bread in there.
Yeah, you rent the car from like the city or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you make the money from it?
Yeah.
It's like a farmer's market, but without all the rest of the people. You're the only person.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're kind of really getting on this, but so that night we get to the hostel.
We got on a bus. We're driving down. People see Poland for the first time.
Yep,
Mhm.
and it was awesome. There was a guy. He was like bumping us and giving us handshakes. He was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Hey!"
yes. So when we get off the bus,
That was the most random thing ever.
We
I
wa-
loved it.
we
I mean, I
walk
loved
into
it.
the lodging, and
We're all tired. We're
14
just
of
like,
us with backpacks and
we're
everything.
just, I've got
Baggage.
like at least 20 something pounds I'm carrying, or maybe even more. And this dude just like is smiling ear to ear. He goes, Americans, Americans. And we're like, yeah, man. And he was like,
There's high five.
he was like, high five, high five. And he like shook Eli's hand. He goes, you're Big Ben. And then he turns to me and looks up and he goes, oh, Big man, welcome, welcome. And I was like, thank you. And he's like, have fun in Poland. And we never saw him again.
Yeah.
I think I actually glimpsed him in the market square.
I did too. I think he was working for the Ukraine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because I met him again and he came up to us. So I'm like, wait a second.
yeah, I
think
thought
I've
that
seen you
was. I thought
before.
that was the guy. He was taking signatures for a petition or something
Mhm.
like that for aid to Ukraine.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. So we had a dinner that night. So okay, hold on. No, we went to the hostel, beautiful
Hostels.
villa. Okay, we went to a beautiful villa, and then everybody leading up to this, I want to point out.
The villa was very nice.
Okay, I want to point out
The
everybody,
villa was beautiful.
everybody leading up to this, all the guys wanted to get on the boat. We're like, yeah,
Whoa, bleep it out, Pat.
no, actually, I'm the
Can
one
we
editing.
curse on here or no?
Yeah,
Let's
we
go
can
to-
curse. It's whatever.
Are
We
you gonna
Within moderation.
within
Oh.
moderation. I mean, it's
let
happened.
me explain the boat. I'm taking this because okay, so I wanted to go to the villa, but for certain reasons, which I do understand, Dr. Szulga wanted to have me on the boat. So I was like, which is fair.
to
It's totally
keep an
fair.
eye on him.
Yeah, just to make sure I'm okay and don't fall. I don't know. But so we get there and I'm like, okay, it's a boat. We'll be okay. We get in there.
So it's
we'll
a hostel on a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. It
It
was
looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. There was like a
Great view of the castle.
yeah, and there was like a dining room, like I guess like breakfast area. It was like a common room that like we hung out in a lot. But we open up this door and I look in and no joke, it's like smaller than this room. And
It's
there's
maybe about not even the half of this room.
Yeah, it's not even
4
half.
bunk beds
It's
and a
basically
bathroom.
from here to here with like a wallet right over here.
And I just like my jaw dropped, my bags just fell off my shoulders. I was like, no way.
You know, I was laughing so hard inside.
You were, and I was like angry. I was just like,
no, so I was trying not to
way.
show it. I was trying to keep a straight face.
I could tell you were having the best time
It
ever.
looked like I was being sympathetic.
No, you were. I knew you were. You thought it was hilarious. So I walk in there.
The
and
bed was this big.
it was no joke. Me, Ariston, Renee, and Tom.
It was like the biggest guys.
Yeah, and so I'm like,
Except
Dr.
for you.
Szulga, I'm not going to fit on this bed. I immediately looked at it and go, heck no, I'm not getting on this. He's like, just try it. So I lay on the bed and my, no joke, like my shin down is like sticking off of this bed. I'm like, I can't do this.
It was
And
a boat. It was a
jokingly-
cabin, right?
Yeah, it literally was a cabin. And he goes, try the fetal position. And at that point, I get in my high, angry voice. I'm like, what do you mean try this? So I try it. I'm like, there's no way on God's green earth that I'm staying here. And luckily enough, Ty was nice enough to give up his villa, which he did not have a choice.
Yeah, we went to the lady that was at the reception, and we're like, "This is not gonna work. We're gonna have to switch because it's under your name,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to switch out." And she's like, "Why?" And I just pointed at him. She's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense."
And
So
luckily the villa was very nice. Like if we had to go back, if I ever went back to Krakow,
Dude,
I would
yeah,
stay
no,
there.
that's if we go again, we're definitely getting a villa for everybody.
yeah.
Ahead of time, like booking it early.
And the
gonna say.
accommodations there were like perfect. Like,
we didn't have breakfast, which I kind of felt bad because isn't that kind of a thing like they offer?
Yeah,
here?
they're kind of bugging us to get breakfast. I think Amanda had some.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure.
But I remember because I was bummed. I remember I was bummed to the bone because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to stay in the villa. I really wanted to stay in the boat. I was looking forward to it. I remember you were like, we're gonna
so
put
I
you in the
took one
villa.
for the team, and I went in there.
Yeah. And then I was like, whatever, And then all of a sudden I hear,
boat was
the
small.
boat is terrible. The boat sucks. I can't even put my legs in the bed. And I'm like, oh, please don't ask me
Now,
to move.
the boat was the most fun. Period. End of story.
It was fun. Yes.
It was. It was like
for
the
hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
best
we were
spot to
hanging
hang out because like Old Town was right there,
Yeah.
and then all you had to do was like the Zabkas, right?
Yeah.
We're
you
close.
cross the street, you're at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I
You
guess
cross
we
the
can.
bridge, you're at the castle.
Yeah.
I guess we can technically say we went to the casino too. I mean, that's not illegal to say.
I
It's
don't think
legal.
so.
Everything's
legal.
legal there.
Well, no, not everything.
Well,
But
I mean,
but no, everybody. I mean, all of us are old enough to gamble in the United States,
I
technically.
guess
anyways,
Arkansas
but-
you are now too, so you're good.
yeah. So
I
I mean, other than Vegas, Vegas is
didn't go to
21.
Yeah, he wasn't in on our
as an
escapades.
economist, that was
Yeah.
not
But hey, no, me and John won. I don't give a.
I thought you lost money on the Detroit.
Oh, that was oh my god, that was the dumbest thing you could have ever done.
No.
100 slot. He gambled to like 25 US on the Detroit Pistons, who suck.
Beating
Who
the
absolutely
Pelicans.
suck. Now I made money on my bets, which it was
I'm
just
just
college
saying
basketball.
on the casino to begin with, we were playing blackjack, and first off, it's freaking rigged. There's no way.
No, it is rigged.
No,
No,
because-
I was getting rigged. It was rigged in my favor. I got like 6 blackjacks, and Ariston got like 1.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay, look, in the United States, legally, everywhere, it doesn't matter. Legally, it's like rule of thumb. After you're done, they don't shuffle the cards again. They toss them and they put them in a box and they give the cards to charity, or I don't remember what they do. In Poland, they don't do that. They put the cards back in a machine this big. And that's how I knew. When I saw the machine, I knew it was rigged because I knew there was more than one deck in that machine. Especially when 3 aces got played on the table.
I got 'em
the
all.
chances, he got all 3 aces. The chances of that happening in one deck is freaking insane. Like I'm talking, you could have got shot dead in that moment. And you
What
would have
is-
had a higher chance.
What is it? What is the chance of getting 3 aces out of one deck?
I would.
I was pretty proud
It
of
would be. I swear, out of one deck in one hand, one person getting 3 aces, you
Literally,
have a higher chance of getting hit by a meteor.
How many cards?
52.
There's 52
I
and
know,
there's
I know how
4
many cards are in the
aces.
deck, but how many in the hand?
Okay, in a hand. Well, you start with.
I was hitting though. Like everybody else had gotten their cards. I already had 1 ace.
So
on
how
the
many
table.
final cards did you have? Like 5?
Yeah, I just kept hitting because
Yeah.
I kept on getting aces. Ariston
It's
was
just.
mad.
It's extremely improbable. I'm just telling you this. I've played blackjack enough, especially because in
I'm
Minnesota,
asking for a mathematical formula.
Mathematical
It's-
formula.
Why
is,
equals MX
trust
plus
me,
B?
bro,
I don't know.
It's
No,
5
yeah.
choose 52.
5 of 52. But here's the thing. You got to remember.
You got to know your Bernoulli numbers, man.
When
I don't
a
even know
deck
what he's
is
talking
shuffled,
about.
I'm just telling you this. When a deck is shuffled, do you
So
know
taking game
there's
theory.
so many different combinations you can get? Because it's not
I mean,
about how many
I
cards.
know. I'm just messing
It's
with
about how many combinations.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. Economist messes with little boy. Yeah.
Whoa. Anyway, back to the trip. So,
But giving him math problems.
no. That
so
was
we
terrible.
went to dinner in Old Town,
It was awesome.
and we like ditched. I don't even know how that happened. Some people got left behind. Some people were cranky. It was pretty funny.
Some people just want to crash.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then we were running around trying.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Old
went to
Town
a
is just
Sweets.
like beautiful. I
Yeah.
cannot believe that place exists.
I might
It is
flash
really
some.
nice,
I'm gonna
yeah.
flash some photos that I took.
Okay, good.
And maybe I'll grab some of the ones Eli took some pretty good photos.
Yeah, just go to
everybody had some really good photos that of everybody that was taking photos too. I know Michaela also got some good. Michaela was taking notes like everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
She
I
has
can
like
actually-
detailed
I
notes
gotta
of
get
everything.
that from her, but yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'll
But
flash
yeah,
some photos on.
So we got to Market Square. There's the vigil for Ukraine going on.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was pretty cool, and like just like being there, it's like
Outside
surreal.
restaurant.
Yeah, it was like, it's surreal. Like seeing the people there and being in there, like you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. But like just being there is just so different. Like it, and I'm sure like I know you're from like Poland, but even like going back, you know, like that just got to feel like crazy, you know. Every single time you go there, it's like it. Yeah,
you are a visitor. Like at least I feel like a visitor.
Yeah, and so we had. What did you guys have at that restaurant? I had like a chicken and a roll with like carrot.
I had blood sausage.
Y'all ordered wrong.
Yeah.
I know, like there was an end of the table that just like
got the most similar to American food.
Yeah, they just messed up.
What do you mean I ordered wrong?
Whenever we went somewhere, I just asked him like what to get, and we got like
we got the blood sausage. You guys got like a big sausage plate.
It was what was
peasant
it
feast.
Yeah, the peasant feast.
Yeah,
and it was like 6 pieces of sausage, 2 of blood sausage, and like whatever else, like some bread and mustard, and then we got the pierogies, and they were just. That was, I think, like that was the best place we ate. Other than
that was really good. That's why we went back there like a couple times. Yeah.
I had pierogies before the salt mine too. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't try Polish food because I did, but
no, you had a freaking cheeseburger every day.
No, I'm just
he
saying,
had 1 cheeseburger a day in Poland.
I'm just saying
he had his McDonald's rewards going the whole time.
Okay, no, actually though, here's the thing.
But those burgers by the villa were really good though.
No, the burgers by the villa. I wanted to try. The first thing I really wanted to try was at Sioux Place because it's it's meant to be Midwestern cuisine. So it's like a Midwestern American cuisine.
Oh, which place?
It's called Sioux. It had a Native American who, by the way, was not part of the Sioux tribe. I know that picture. He was not a Sioux Native American on the picture.
Culturally appropriate.
Yeah, it's like us here doing stuff like with people over there. Anyway, so the food was just straight up cheeseburgers, fries,
you were in heaven.
Beer.
You're gonna say you were in heaven.
I mean, I was in heaven. I had Coke, and that was the first time I actually got Coke at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, because they don't do Coke in Poland.
It's
Pepsi, right?
Pepsi.
Yeah, it's Pepsi.
She goes, is Pepsi fine? I was like, okay. And it's this big. Now I actually kind of like that. I didn't mind it being smaller because it actually kind of made me like pour and like drink conservatively. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you don't have the super size.
Yeah.
Huge,
you don't get refills.
Fills.
Oh yeah.
You can ask for another bottle, but they charge you.
Yep. And even water, they'll charge you water.
Yes, and water was
just
crazy.
Selling like big gallons, and they were like, "You want a big one for the table?" And I'm like, "Sure."
But also
thirsty,
the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is it's crazy because in like the UK it was like expensive because they charge you no matter what, I think, right?
Yeah.
But like in Poland it was not that expensive for water. I remember every single time you go into a shop because over there they must do just like they don't really do tap water for drinking a lot.
No.
And they don't refrigerate it.
No ice. Yeah, it's usually kind of warm.
No nothing.
They did have a lot of the convenience stores did have refrigeration for a lot of the energy drinks and sodas, but they didn't do it for the water.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of because it's preference at that point for a lot of those things too.
I heard it's like better for you, but we won't get into it.
Cold things? Oh, the opposite.
I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay.
I'm not that smart.
I
But
really
it's
don't
like
know.
they might know the science.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, but you could get a bottle. I remember I was getting bottles of water, like whatever the equivalent to Ice Mountain. It always had the mountain on it, and it was $2.90 zloty.
Just about $1.
So it's about $1 for a bottle.
Actually, less than $1.
Yeah.
It's like
That's like
75
60
cents,
cents. Yeah. It was crazy. It was good. But so then
hold up, you gotta pause it.
okay.
I'll be right back. You guys can keep talking.
oh, okay.
Then I was asking him when he got sick.
Well, it was.
I don't think it was the salt mine.
I think it was A, the plane, B, that I had just been in Virginia like a day ago, and I had been on a bus. I have not been at school for like a month. My professors see this. I'm sorry. I really have not. I like went MIA for a whole month. Like we traveled for basketball.
Yeah.
And then I had 1 day to pack, and then the next day we left. So I was just like ran down. Like I could not sleep. I had no energy. So I got really sick.
I think it was a casino.
No,
dude, no,
it was not.
I'm telling
There's
you,
no way.
I'm telling you, it was a plane.
Well, because
That's
I
like-
also noticed that John was getting kind of like when he was sleeping, he was waking up, he was like,
I
like
was sick.
and I was like, oh, okay, something. He's either getting sick or he's almost there. And then like all of a sudden you're like, Dr. Szulga,
No.
I can't.
Well, we'll get there. But the Polish medications were pretty.
Oh yeah,
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Their shops are cool.
effective.
I gotta say, usually I remember we had this discussion in the UK about like why mom and pop shops kind of don't exist anymore, really, about like wage theft and stuff like that. But the amount of mom and pop shops, I mean, like just locally owned businesses, is just like Like, yeah, there's McDonald's and stuff like that, but like
people don't go there.
But no.
There were people in McDonald's.
People go there.
I
It
do
was
not like
packed
McDonald's.
all the time,
It
every
was,
single
yeah.
time.
Well, it's also
walk
pretty
by.
cheap and
Yeah,
fast.
it
food.
was
Yeah.
cheap and fast.
But yeah, a lot of small businesses. I think just kind of less regulations
Yeah,
Mhm.
in starting up a business.
but Zapka, man, that place.
That's a chain, but
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, you can walk in there at like any time. Like you could get a
sandwiches.
What was that morning? It was so
Oh.
funny. Like one morning I woke up and I was like, "Bro, let's go. I'm starving." It might have been before. That might have been the salt mine day. I don't even know.
I don't remember.
But we went. It was like a little date. It was hilarious. We like went. It really was. It was like early in the morning, and we went and sat down by the river, just like watched dogs and like.
Yeah,
It was just a funny thing.
and
But
we had sandwiches. It was
yeah,
good.
we like
Yeah.
it was
They were-
like 10 zloty for sandwiches.
these
so
are like nice sandwiches.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like $2 for like a genuine
Like a
sandwich.
Subway almost.
Well,
Mhm,
okay,
yeah.
the Zapka, the one sandwich I didn't like. I got 2 sandwiches the night that it was in Zakopane. Those 2 sandwiches, one of them was really good, and then the other one I can't remember.
Was this on the way back?
Now the hot
Yeah.
chicken tender sandwich was the best one.
Yeah,
Period.
okay, it was the hot chicken tender one. That was a good one.
Yep.
But then I got to the other one. I can't remember what it was. It was just like a plain kind of sub like, and the meat just did not taste good.
Was it aspic?
I don't know, but it was like it was like I didn't really.
There was
want it.
one that was supposed to be kebab. Or kebab.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
I actually gave that other half of the sandwich to Tom, and no, I gave it to Ariston, and Ariston started eating it, and he goes, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one that thought this was weird. So, okay, second day,
Salt
mine.
Freaking
No.
Oh, what?
We went to the museum.
Oh, that's
Oh, that
right.
was crazy.
Okay, second day, we went to the museum. We went to
The
this.
University Museum.
It was a university. It was really old.
Insane.
Copernicus went there. There was a
Some gold medalists.
yep, and a
Yeah.
Oscar winner.
golden Oscar winner. All these people. That was awesome. That
Yeah.
was really cool. Also
That was
learning.
like shocking.
Instruments. Yeah.
It was. I also didn't. Well, when she's like, "Yeah, we have like 30,000 students," I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
I was like, where are they at?
it is the biggest. They're around. I mean,
Oh.
yeah, but they don't have dorms, so usually
Okay.
they're just kind
They
of
still
spread
in
out
the
around.
city?
Yeah,
Well, I remember talking about that with like with people who like when I was talking about going to international studies in the spring next year, and like dorms don't really exist in like most of the European countries.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they have sometimes like housing, but most of the time you're doing like Airbnb or like other things, but it's like for a long period of time. Like Airbnb has like a student thing I didn't even know about.
they
That's
do
like
have
really
some, but yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that was cool. And like I also was the most curious thing about this, by the way, is how it operated under communism. I figured when you guys like when Poland was
are
under
you the one that asked that, or was that somebody else?
okay, it
That
was
was Josh.
That was Josh,
That
yeah.
was a very Josh question, but
Yeah.
I
I
did
was like,
get
where the
intrigued by
heck
it.
is this going? And
It was a long question. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a good answer. She gave like a really detailed answer, and
Yeah, our guide. Yeah,
yeah, our guide,
she
she
was
was
good.
awesome. And I remember like hearing about like how it, I was shocked because I figured under communism it would have been like way more restricted and heavy. And it was, yeah, there was a lot of restrictions, but it was not as much as like I figured it would have just not been operational hardly at all.
no, it was. I mean, they
Well,
still.
people still have to get education though. Education's pretty.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's
but
pretty important for all countries though. Like if you're not educating, or people can't go to school.
But
then
I
you're
was
not
just thinking
gonna-
of like
especially like the communist country had a big kind of chip on their shoulder about like
Yeah.
keeping up with Americans, in science.
yeah, but I
and-
remember wasn't there like a big time when like China in particular was very much like heavy anti
Oh yeah,
like-
that's the Cultural Revolution.
yeah.
But it never got like that in Poland
Yeah.
or-
Because that's what I think of when I think of communism. Is I think of that Eastern Bloc, like burning the books and burning all
No,
that stuff.
That was more like China Cultural
Yeah.
Revolution, Mao. Not,
Yeah.
not in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, but
Different
no,
kind of communism, I guess.
Mm.
yeah, Mao communism was just no. Okay, anyways, so we went there, and then we basically, you guys did your Kappa Sigma,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that
Put them in the picture.
big banner. I can maybe put that one up
What
too.
was funny was I liked how the trip was structured in the way like we would go do something during the day, and then like you'd be like go,
Yeah,
and we just like go do our own things.
basically by like afternoon would be done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then it'd be
It's like how school should be, you know.
yeah.
go explore.
Because then we would meet back up to do something that day. I do remember that.
What did we do that night? Didn't we do something? We definitely did something.
I can't remember.
No, that was when we went to the casino.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
it
That was
wasn't.
later in the trip, bro.
Really?
Yeah, that was later,
Yes.
I think we just hung out at the boat.
Yeah, we just hung out.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we were. Oh, God, we can't just like be weird. We were just having a good time at the boat, people.
Just hanging out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hanging out.
And
Get-
then
Getting yelled at by the lady.
Yeah, she was pissed. But like,
She was
Oh.
kind of, but she was. I think she also kind of liked us.
now the guy was cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a. You were so mad at me. So like, it was right before we left to go to Zacapata. I know we're getting all out of sorts. We had this super like religious and
Yeah,
economical conversation with this dude.
He was the receptionist, I guess, at this.
Yeah,
at the boat.
and like
He was very, very religious.
Yep,
And he was gonna become a priest, right?
something.
something.
I don't know. Yeah,
Priest or monk, or might have been a monk.
he was very. Yeah, he was cool. He was really cool.
Yeah, he was very calm and like he knew what his life was about.
Did we get him to get a beer? I can't remember.
He had a beer. Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure he was.
mission accomplished. There we go.
He was the most fine with us staying up late. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were not that many people there.
Yeah, there's like one other.
Okay, I know this is a little faster, like later on, but I heard there was like a secret meeting or something going
Oh,
on.
that
Was there
There
like
was. I don't know what that was about. It was just like they had some group of people had some meeting in that room, and like when I walked in there just to get a cup of coffee, like I'll stop and like I'll turn and looked at me, and I was
Taking
like,
over the
"Whoa."
crack.
Well, there were
cocaine
protests
government.
going on. weren't
Yeah, there were protests and there's elections,
Mm.
so maybe it was like something
Walked
like
in
that.
on an election.
Election
meeting.
election meeting
It was
on a
like an
boat.
election
Would-
committee. Yeah, I
that
don't
would
know.
be
That'd
crazy.
be funny.
I didn't want to ask, but
Oh my gosh, what would you have done if you like actually walked in on something sinister? Like what would you realistically do?
I feel like you
Like,
would have
nothing.
joined.
Like
you would have
You're
just
like,
been
okay.
like, I'm not.
I know
I'm
who
just
to
traveling here."
sacrifice. He lives out. He's actually at the villa right now, but I can get him here. That's what you would have done.
Okay, so then third day was Salt Mine, right?
third day was Sultan.
Okay, and that
freaking
was
insane.
awesome. No, okay. First off, like I thought, you know,
What
like,
did you expect from the Sultan before you went there?
I was kind of thinking it was going to be like an hour of us just like seeing just rock.
Hmm.
And I mean, and it kind of was that, but it was like mining. It was like a cool mining process. And then we actually, they put us to work, like, you know, a couple of us, a few of us.
Ty went to
Ty.
work. Yeah.
Yeah,
The guy
that's
that
so- he was bullying Ty the entire time. I felt so bad for him too, because like
For the guide or for Ty?
for Ty. At one point, he picked up Ty and tried to throw him in the lake where we were like throwing coins in. He
Here's our
like
guy.
grabbed him by his feet and he goes, "Hey, you come here." And I was like, "I'm not doing it." And so Eli like went and picked up Ty. I was like, "Oh my god!" But no, I was definitely like expecting. I don't even know. I was not expecting like the museum that it was like.
Yeah, it was like way more like fleshed out.
Because
And
we're like
air
170
was, I was expecting
that-
like air to be like weirdly,
It's the
like,
best air we've ever breathed.
Yeah.
They were saying.
Super clean.
It was
Mhm.
super clean. It
Yeah,
was
no
nice.
bacteria.
And it was
nothing.
windy too because the
Yeah.
wind comes down, and so sometimes you get wind.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be cold, so I told everybody to dress warm, but it was actually pretty nice.
It was all right, yeah.
It was nice
And then
and
that hall. Okay, so we got to the end, and then there's just like this thing, like this
The
hall
big
where
chapel?
there's yeah, the chapel too. You know,
Yeah, that was like the coolest part. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were like it's like pretty tiny down there. And we were like walking and he goes, "All right, here's the church." And I'm like, "No way, he just said church." And we turn to the right and it's just this beautiful
the
church.
cathedral.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
I-
cathedral.
and then he told us, he's like, well, actually,
How
there's
deep
an
underground
elevator.
were we?
Oh, I can't remember. It was
700 meters.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
700 meters. Which what is that
Wait,
in
no,
feet?
no, no.
That's
That was like how deep they've gone.
Yeah.
700.
I think we were like
we were chilling
400.
at like 150.
no, I feel like
I think
we're
it
a
was more.
little
I think it was a
farther.
couple
Yeah.
hundred.
Oh.
I think it was
I
like
don't know,
300 or
yeah.
something. But I know. And then he told us that there was like an elevator that people just take, like a massive elevator that goes specifically to the
Oh, yeah,
church.
yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, that's for like weddings.
Yeah.
because you can book it.
Me and Tom
He
had a
just
great
told
time
us
walking
how
in.
much.
Yeah, it was okay. It was $1,000 for the wedding reception, which would be like an hour. But if you want to book it for longer, it's like kind of expensive. $1,000 is a lot, but I mean,
Was
just
it-
for like
wait, it wasn't $1,000. $1,000 is what?
oh yeah,
Huh.
1,000 zloty for an hour, which is basically your
It's
reception.
about $250.
So you for $250 you
Not
can, dude. I mean seriously, like with the carvings and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
I would, dude. That would be a great place just for everybody. Come for an hour and then we'll go have the reception somewhere where it's free. Like, but no, that was cool. And then we could lick the walls and it tasted
Vika
like
was
salt.
having the most fun down there.
Yeah, his
Hearing the
daughter,
story.
yeah.
That was hilarious. That tour guide was a trip, though.
Yeah,
he was
He
fun.
kept messing with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, the Brits.
I mean, we had
Oh my
the-
gosh, dude, that was so funny because like I sat down on like the benches in the cathedral, and like I was talking to one of them, and he goes,
British people that were on came along.
yeah, and he was like, dude, I'm hungover, and I was like, are y'all okay? And he was like, no, we were out way too late last night, and we had to come here. I'm like, okay, well, we're having a good time too. Because me and Tom, well, we went to lunch.
We had to wait before our tour.
Yeah, before
we actually got there early,
Mhm.
which was nice.
And so I had a drink. Tom had something, and we were like walking down this flight of stairs for I say like a total of 5 minutes.
This is a huge mug of beer.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah. Ariston had a huge mug. Shout out, sorry Ariston, but he did. And then we're all like walking down this thing, and me and Tom just started singing, and the Brits were laughing their butts off, and it was just really funny.
It was like what 53 flights of stairs we went down.
it was ridiculous. I was like losing my mind. I was like,
walking down in circles for like, when will this end?
yeah.
And then you look down and just stairs all the way down.
Yeah,
It's like one of those
you
Escher
gotta be
paintings.
kidding me.
And it looked like there was like, well, I mean, there was like another part that went like even farther, and I was like, holy.
What was cool was how many hallways and like corridors and like different like exhibits they had, even like when you were leaving.
Yeah, and he said it was only like 5% or something of the
Yeah.
whole thing. It was
Well,
some
there was like a
very
bunch
small
of areas where they obviously don't use it, or they use it for like a different
They're
thing.
still mining there.
Yeah, and they're
That's the
still
crazy
mining,
part.
but there was like parts where it would just be like a dark hallway for,
Yep.
and it looked like it went forever. And,
Mhm.
But yeah, no. So then we got done. Then we ate, and like the group kind of like split up. I remember like we kind of split
Yeah.
up at the end, and I
some people
remember
wanted to go back up. Some people were eating.
I got
in
a
the
I got a
restaurants.
margarita pizza, which is like just basically cheese and marinara. And I remember I was eating still, and everybody freaking was like, "We're taking a picture." And I didn't realize how far I actually was, like how far the exit was to the entrance. And so I'm like walking through a park. I'm like, "Where the fuck am I, dude?" Like, and I finally got there. We took a big picture. Then what? The day after that was a chill day, and then we had we go to Auschwitz?
No chill day
No.
yet.
Sunday was our chill day.
We went to
Yeah.
my aunt's.
Oh, ants. Then yeah, that's right. The aunt's house was crazy.
It was freaking sick.
It was a fever dream. Like that.
No,
I
it was
remember.
not.
No,
I was
I mean-
having a dream. It was
No,
fantastic.
like I mean, like I just mean like
Just getting there.
exact. You said like there. It was like it. Like dude, this is like a trip. Like this is
Yeah.
like I remember
Yeah, we hopped on
pieces,
a
but
bus in
like
Krakow.
yeah.
Got drove into this small village about an hour and a half away outside of Krakow.
I think it was funny that I just like I was the designated like grocery store guy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
Ariston came. It was just really funny.
And then
Like,
we kept saying, "Okay, and let's get some of this. Let's get some of
Yeah.
this." We got smoked salmon
Oh my-
jerky. That stuff was so good.
it was so good.
That's what that was.
yeah.
Okay. It
It was
tasted
delicious.
different. I was
kept
like,
on,
what am I
stealing 'em,
eating?
and he was like, "No, we have to give some to everybody else." And I'm like,
yeah.
"No." And I just kept on
We
eating
got a
them.
ton of sausages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Okay, what did we eat
Different drinks.
exactly? What was the?
I think they were cutlets, pork cutlets, breaded.
They were
cutlets.
really good.
I'm not gonna lie. I
kind
think
of like the certain version of like a Wiener Schnitzel.
okay.
Yeah.
I think that was the best meal that we had on the trip.
That was really good.
It was. oh
You
my
know what
God.
really surprised me about going out there, like in the middle, like it's not the middle of nowhere, it's a town,
Yeah,
it's a village.
small village.
But like the thing is like I'm used to the United States where like you go to a small town like away from where you're from, and you'll have no service. It will be like nothing. But there, I mean, like the service was okay. Like I was on my
Really? Like
phone.
your phone?
Yeah, like I was on my phone. I was listening to a podcast, and I was like, usually like on. I was having like I figured I was gonna have like no bars. We were gonna be out here in the mud, like, and then you were gonna be
We
directing.
were in
us
the
to-
mud.
We were, but I figured it was gonna be like a.
Well, if you went to the field,
I was meaning like I figured in my head before we got there. I was like, all right, so we're gonna get there, and then him and his aunt are just gonna make us do a bunch of housework and like yard work.
not at all.
Well, they Arison and Eli and them, they did have to gather up the wood for the bonfire.
So it was like super funny because it's all like it feels very medieval there, like to me at least, like Middle Ages. So like when we went to get the fire, like more firewood to like sit on, like when I had those two trunks on my shoulders, I just felt like a giant. Like, where are you going?
just looking.
Just leaving me?
I'm just trying to see what we're at. Okay, as long.
We're at 4 hours.
Yeah, no, we're actually doing pretty good on time.
I don't know. We were. I saw it was very like rustic and nice.
It
like,
was pretty rustic.
It was like a nice little reset. At one point, me and Ty just like I got pissed off at the group. I'm not gonna lie. I think I told you I was mad. I can't remember.
Why did you get mad?
There was
there was so much
There
going
were
on.
factions starting,
I
for
felt
sure.
like people were being mean to like.
There's definitely like sensory overload.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
true.
gonna lie, dude. There was definitely factions. If we would have stayed longer, factions would have been.
They were
created.
already
Yeah,
they were
they were-
there, and then they like burned like really bad at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
The bridges,
yeah,
the
there was-
bridges were collapsed for one point, and then
There
they
was-
came back.
There was weird social dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not want to deal with any of that.
Well,
But yeah.
I mean, we were good. I just got pissed off, and then me and Ty like walked over
Yeah, you
and,
went all the way to the
the other
tree
field.
line.
And no
Yeah.
joke, I just sat on a bench or like on a tree limb, and Ty and I just like talked for 5 minutes, and then had to regroup, and then we ate again. Like
Oh, we
literally,
had those sausages.
that was
Brock.
ridiculous. We had a full-fledged meal, like
3-course meal or something.
3-course meal. We're having snacks, coffee, tea, like everything. And then Szulga's like, "Yeah, we're gonna eat in like 30 minutes." And I was like, "We just had a full meal," and he's like, "No, but y'all have to eat."
We
And I
got
was
the
like,
sausages. Had to be eaten.
And those sausages were, I'm not
They
gonna
were
lie, they were
delicious.
freaking awesome.
That was pretty fun.
No,
Cooked on the fire. Yeah.
yeah,
There's
cooked
some
on the fire
singing.
sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
My
God,
aunts really appreciated the singing. They
Okay.
kept talking about it.
that's funny
That was
because
like-
like y'all. Okay, I mean, I was respectfully drinking, so like I got to the point where I was like, if y'all told me to do something, I was gonna do it. Because like down in the salt mine, I had the chance to sing too, and it was just like random.
I got a video of that. That was good.
Yeah.
So apparently, totally off topic, but I sounded like off in the beginning, like off key, and I showed it to
the
Marcy.
Shenandoah.
Yeah, Marcy Ward, and she was like, "You know why you were off key?" And I was like, "No. Apparently, you can't find your pitch in good acoustics. So like that's just something that happens." I thought I was just nervous, and she was like, "No." Like that's a natural thing to happen in something like that because you can't find.
So you have to go for a second.
Yeah,
kind of like
I should have. But
calibrate. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have time for that, but yeah, we did some campfire singing. That
It was like American country too, so it was like
But in full, like House of a Rising Sun.
yeah.
is pretty
There
well known.
is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say yeah, but okay. How does I
Because
wanted to
that
know?
song, they know that song in Poland too.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, they
Worldwide.
were constantly okay. This was the thing. They were constantly playing "I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight," but they never played the original version. It was always
It's
a
all cover bands. It was
It's
great.
all cover bands, but they were all in English too.
Maybe some kind of copyright.
Okay,
thing.
I
don't know.
looked up the one because I Shazammed the one, and what it is, it's a girl, it's a woman. Her name's Sarah. I don't remember. It was earlier in the salt mine, and she does only covers of English songs, but it's very obvious she doesn't speak English.
Oh,
Like she's just like pronouncing the words. Like she's just reading the words.
cool.
And so because like sometimes you can really tell like nobody would ever speak like that if they were like, especially if they were singing and they knew what it meant.
Mm.
So it was like, yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, they play a lot of American music, which
Yeah.
was pretty cool. It was nice.
There are dogs.
oh,
That was so freaking funny.
We have a picture of the dog that we all
Yeah.
signed.
Tom signed the forehead. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, Tom, don't sign the dog's face. And he goes, okay. And just on Toto's forehead, he just signed Thomas or Tomac.
Tomac.
And I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like, yeah.
Yeah.
He got in an argument with my aunt.
Yeah.
That was.
Dude, the way he tried to finesse a picture, a selfie.
I got kicked out of the house for doing the same thing. I was like, Tom, maybe she'll like me if I ask. Nope. She was like, get out. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, move. And she's not like,
Yeah.
but she was moving me. She was full pushing me out the door. I was like, I have to
Because
use
you tried.
that.
Because you tried to take a picture with her.
I said, please, like, I really want pictures. And
She got
people
mad.
do not like to take pictures there. I found it's like I tried to take a picture of someone else there, and they're like, no, we don't do that. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I got kicked out, and I had to like plead with her. And I said, I'm sorry for what I've done.
Yeah, you don't mess with that aunt.
No. And I was like, please, like, Prussia. And then she's like, are you sorry? And I go, yes. And she goes, I'm sorry too. Come back in. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I guess we're cool now. But no, the aunt's house was probably a highlight of the trip.
No,
it was
that-
just cool to like
that-
see that part of the country.
Well,
too.
those like first like 4 days was definitely the trip. Like that was the best part of the trip.
Yeah, and we're in.
No, I'm not talking about London. I'm talking about when we got to Poland.
Yeah. And originally we were gonna be there for like I don't know 3-4 hours, but we ended up staying till pretty late.
Yeah.
Well, we're having fun.
It was
I mean,
dark.
that was like the best part.
yeah.
Like the campfire came out and we were like all just talking and having a good time. Nobody was like off on their, well, some points. It was cool to just walk around there though. It was like a very pretty landscape. Like the mountains were in the back.
Mhm.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, then the next day we still didn't have a free day. We went to Auschwitz.
Right.
Right. And we went to Auschwitz, and Auschwitz was crazy. Like that. There's just like air there. That's just like it's just like tense. Like it's just like you could tell like something crazy was going on. And like the shoes. Like I remember seeing there's like a big thing of like shoes and hats and like all these clothing left behind, and it's just like wow. Like that's when it like really hit in, like set in for me that like this was
I think the hair.
the hair was
very traumatizing.
and they also were like no pictures of that because like that's like
I mean that's people.
that's it was very disrespectful. But it was no, and then there's like the wall, like all the people of all the known people, and
Apparently there was a book that we didn't get to see. I don't know if y'all went in there, but there's a book of like supposed names of all the people. And
well,
it's like
also
huge.
Well, yes, only is like by name, only a very small fraction are known.
and also he also because he started talking to our tour guide in Polish. And I was like, what is going on? Like, what are you asking? Because it was when it started raining. You were asking why he was starting to skip stuff. I think you said, right? Like he started.
Yeah, because the weather.
I was at Birkenau.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that was by Birkenau. Yeah,
Well, yeah, so the weather wasn't very cooperative. It was
just like good picture.
really, really pouring down rain.
No, that
So the guy
made
was
me
kind
more
of
sick. I don't want to hear it from you.
yeah.
It
but
really did.
he-
I was like, Dr. Szulga, I'm gonna get sick, and you were like, no, you're not. You're fine. And then we got rained on like
yeah, we were soaked wet. but-
never before.
So yeah, the guy started hurrying through it because I mean I've been a couple of times before, and like
Yeah, because there was like a gypsy part that we didn't see.
yeah, there's a camp for the Roma, and usually tell a story about that, and then there's a story about the transports of the Hungarian Jews. So, but he was kind of skipping, trying to get us where we wouldn't be just
Yeah. But I will say, being in the conditions also, he was also saying like, think about this, like think about how we are now,
yeah.
like getting inside, like they didn't get the like if it rained, if it snowed, if it did anything, whatever was going
Can't
on,
imagine that during
any
the
element, they were it was forced. It didn't matter,
Yeah.
and it like that's also said into me like, wow, like that's terrible. But then we got on the bus, Auschwitz was crazy. We got on the bus, I remember. And we got on we did a bus, and then did we do another? We did another thing back, or did we just all walk back? I think we walked back, and we were all soaked.
Yeah.
I like ditched. Like he turned around, and I was like, okay, I can leave, because you turned around. I was gonna turn around at the train car.
Yeah, I mean, and I was like, I've done this tour before,
Yeah.
so I walked back.
I mean, I think it was like, if you can go, or if you're in like that region, it's definitely like an important thing historically, and like, I don't know. It was just good to not good to see, but like good to understand that part of history and like how horrific it is. I don't know. It was a sad day, but like overall, like it's a really good experience.
It's an experience. It's like a sad experience, but it's like kind of like an experience you like could should do.
Yeah.
So then after Auschwitz, we had a free day, right?
Yep.
That was the day that we did laundry.
I went to see my aunts. I actually overslept. I was supposed to go in the morning, but
Yeah.
And I remember everybody like split, and I remember it was me and you, and we were like I remember we went into the
there's the coffee shop laundry.
Yeah, it was a coffee shop that did laundry.
They like do your laundry for you for like
50 zloty, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like $12-15.
Yeah, it was nice.
She like folded and everything. I was
It
like,
was
thanks.
she did put it in a bag. Well, okay, I brought like a backpack because I was expecting like I would have to put my own clothes back and stuff. A bag, nice and neat, and I was like, wow, thrift stores all around that place too.
Oh, yeah, that's where you guys everybody got clothes.
Yeah, we got like winter clothing in the middle of freaking like, or in the beginning of April, pretty much for here, and I'm like, I'm not gonna wear this for at least another like.
Dude,
5 or
the
6
fits.
months.
No, we slowly became like more. Well, okay, we were like,
Renee
we're buying
had
your
that hat.
Yeah,
That's what did it. That's what we needed. We need to put that back on you.
He had
'cause
the furry hat. Yeah.
He had the.
He used to wear it to class.
It's so funny because he was just rocking that with those like god awful glasses, and we all just started like wearing random shit.
They
It
get
was just
accessories,
hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
About a trench coat.
Get a trench coat.
I got a trench coat. I got like this fur leather jacket. Airson got a really cool jacket.
That jacket Erickson had, I remember you kept saying, I'm going to get that
I'm
jacket.
gonna
buddy."
steal it from him. I will. But
yeah.
no, like the clothes, everybody was looking at us weird once we started putting those on because they were like, yeah, that's a little out of season, but I was having fun with it.
So,
Yeah, that was from that thrift store on the corner there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. That thrift store, that guy was like crazy. He was just like, 50% off now.
or something.
Yeah, he was Italian.
Yeah, he
all
had
the
to
stuff was from Italy.
Yep.
He was like, for
Well,
you,
he
I
had
do
some,
this.
well, he also had like sports stuff from everything too.
Yeah.
So
a
like,
lot of soccer.
yeah,
football
soccer.
scarves.
He had football of almost every single, except for, funny enough, I found this out. Manchester City, my friend really wanted a scarf. It was like one of the biggest like
And you didn't
things,
have it?
and he didn't have it. It was like the one he had an MLS one, like a Major League Soccer. He had like the pink one, the Miami.
Miami FC.
And I'm like, what? How do you
I
have
remember Miami.
you have one from the U.S. but you don't even have like the second biggest
Maybe they
football
don't like
club
him
in
there.
Europe?
Yeah, maybe he was anti them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. It was that store was cool. And there were so many stores like that. We also went to another called Vintage, literally. And that also was where I got another jacket too. And
I thought it was funny, like, just not that you're random, like you were on the trip with me, but like just the random times where you just like get linked up with certain people and like,
Oh, you'd be just walking and
and
Mhm.
not finding them. Except for the girls. They were on their own time. Thomas and Michaela were on their own time. And then it was
Yeah.
just like
another,
the rest of the guys had to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
like,
and then you just
hanging
bump
out.
into each other. And
Yeah, and then you go do stuff.
Well, it was funny because what's funny is like when we kind
you
of
guys
split
got the
into
scooters too and scoot around the town.
that was
was
the
the
night
casino.
that we went to the casino.
yeah.
That was sketchy.
Yeah.
the
Like,
casino or the
just-
scooters?
Well,
Are you
riding the
sure?
scooters that far. Yes, it was. Well, y'all did 2 separate scooter nights. I was only a part of one. Because I heard that there was another scooter night.
I didn't do scooters.
didn't
I
do
can't
scooters.
balance on a scooter.
Oh.
I'm right balanced, which means my right leg is like if my right leg is not on something, I can't do it, and like my left leg will not. I'm terrible. I can't do scooters. Bikes I can do, but
There
like
are no bikes there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To rent.
and funny enough, Uber just announced a thing that they're going to be doing like this worldwide
Yeah, wait.
launch of scooters and bikes from the U.S. to Europe and Poland, where they're going to have their own bikes and scooters.
They did actually have bikes at that corner shop by the bridge. They just we never like really
Oh.
investigated it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, Uber does electric bikes.
Yeah.
So like you start pedaling and it like
Keeps going, yeah.
keeps going. And then you have to like actually brake with like a handle like a motorcycle. It's weird. It's
Hmm.
but yeah, so that was not the night okay, I'm convinced. That was not the night we went to the casino. We went to the casino the second night. It was early on in the trip.
There were 2 casino nights, judging by the text messages I got.
No, because this bozo went to the
A
Detroit.
The
What?
Pistons.
The
Yeah, the
Pistons special.
Pistons thing. Yeah.
That was the sports betting thing right next to the convenience store.
yeah.
Like that was on that corner.
Yeah.
Because I walked in there, I was like, I want to see if I can bet college basketball. So I did.
Right.
And then this idiot, I was like, dude, they have not won a game in like 3 weeks. What are you doing? He was like, what if they win tonight? I'm like,
They had like
no.
the worst
It's like
record.
the 99 Well,
He would have won like 300 zloty.
No, I would have won big.
400,
It
yeah.
was 675 times.
Oh my God.
So I would
Oh.
I would have
you
won.
would have been rich, bro.
I would have
Yeah.
been good. Well, dude, and what's funny is like they didn't necessarily have a bad game, but like the Pistons, you just can't rely on them to win.
They only lost by 10, to be completely fair.
Yeah. Okay, I will say this. I kind of shot myself in the foot because had we done that like 2 days after, even though we weren't there, they did win that game.
Oh my God.
And so I'm just saying, it was a product of the time, man. Like,
man.
I had the right idea, just the wrong time.
That
But-
was that Tuesday. So we're missing the Sunday and the Monday.
so.
Because that was on Tuesday that we went to the sports book.
Pretty sure Monday was the free day.
Okay, so Sunday we
Oh,
went to your,
That's right.
What was on
Monday
Sunday?
was a free day.
Yeah.
What did we do Sunday? We kind of just. I felt like Sunday wasn't a free day. We just kind of did whatever, didn't
No,
we? Like we.
Sunday was Auschwitz.
there you go.
No,
But then we came back and
there's no way Sunday
Wait.
was Auschwitz.
maybe I'm
Oh,
listening it up.
No, so
Saturday was Auschwitz.
no. Ant's house was Friday night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
Auschwitz
Saturday.
was Saturday.
So Sunday was the free day.
We
Sunday
did have a
free
free day
day.
on
yeah,
Sunday.
no, you're right. Monday was the castle
Yeah, Monday was a castle.
because that was when the castle was free. So that's where
Yeah.
we had to go on Monday.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and
They have like 3 days?
and okay, you
Yeah.
like walking around that area because we at that point we were kind of we'd been around and
Yeah,
we were
familiar
walking
with
around
it.
And like being around there, you're like, dang, that castle's freaking big. You get up there and it's like actually like a freaking city. Like you could, like they could have had a whole city up there. I'm
they
like,
did have a whole city up there. I mean,
there was like a town square, like in that one really nice part.
I forget who was like giving a tour or something, but they're talking like.
And you said that's not man-made either. Like that hill was there naturally, right?
I think so. I mean, they modified it.
The dragon was murdered.
The dragon was murdered.
I believe that
we never went to the dragon statue.
Huh? We didn't.
I mean, we kind of passed a couple times. Did you? I think like
it was on the bottom side, right?
Yeah, but like walking to the boat along the river, you'd pass a couple times.
I was banging.
But by that point in the trip,
dragon was murdered there.
Yeah. By that point in the trip, the factions had been made, and everybody kind of had their
There's not
groups.
really any. There were. Well, it was Brittany versus all.
It was groups.
All right.
What?
Change
Can't
topic.
name drop? Can I not?
Not like
drop?
that.
No, I'm just saying there was groups. Everybody had their
Change
own
topic
thing.
of what? The factions?
Yes.
Oh.
And we were.
That's just how people work, though.
Yeah.
It's like groups. Okay.
Anyways,
topic.
So that night, I was walking around doing my thing, and then you guys did your own thing. It was that was the night I got a massage. I remember that.
That was freaking random from him. This dude just went and was like, "I'm getting a massage tonight," and I go, "What are you talking about?"
I got a good massage
because we went and ate somewhere pretty good, and then I thought he died. I like called him. No joke. I thought he died. We got back at like 11, and I was like, "Dude, are you okay?" And like I got no answer, and then he comes back at like 11:30 or like 12,
and I was yeah, and you guys were like, "What? Where the hell?"
Yeah,
Where'd you get the massage?
Okay, it was actually
from
funny
some
enough.
old lady.
It was an old lady, an old Thai lady at like this massage parlor. It was actually right by where we took the bus to Auschwitz. It was like in that area, and it was. Yeah,
it's like right outside the old town.
So we were walking like down this back alley, and no joke, I just see this dude posted up, like arms crossed, like on his phone, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm waiting to get my massage." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, that was a day, and then so we packed up. We got up early in the morning. I hit Eli with a really fire quote that morning. I remember it was really good.
This is when we were going to Zakopane?
Yeah, this was when we were going to Zakopane, and
This is when I started to die.
Yeah. That's I think one of the signals really hit you.
Yeah.
I hit Eli with one of the most fire quotes I've ever made, and it wasn't even my quote. I said, I swear to God, this is exactly what I said. I said, when we are so quick to anger, we are slow to understand. I dropped some knowledge that morning.
Fair enough.
Because this is where the fighting was starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, it was like not fighting. We were just like having fun. We were just like picking on each other, and it was.
Yeah, but
we're on a trip for 2 weeks. So like,
we were stuck.
Yeah.
We were. Everybody was tense. That's why I got a massage.
We're like in close quarters. With
we should.
Everyone.
You know what? The next time you do this, you should book like group massage, like a big massage for everybody.
So weird.
That would be weird.
I mean, well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like Krakow was like the perfect storm of stuff to do before we like.
It was
Zakopane.
It was so much like every day we would do something different. Right?
Yeah. Like that city, I mean, dude, the city, well, it's so historical and old too, but it's still like really lively and modern. Like it's.
Yeah, and Josh went on a museum tour.
So like funny enough.
To the museum, saw the Da Vinci painting.
Yeah. What?
There's a Da Vinci painting.
I knew, well, not being mean to him, but he like posted in the group chat, "I'm going museum crawling." And I was like, the only crawling I know is bar crawling, and this does not like interest me. But he went to the pinball museum, and that was cool.
Pinball museum.
I found out my dad's like an expert pinball player, like out of nowhere on Friday night, or it was Thursday night when I got into town in Birmingham, and he was like, "All right, here's like $3. I'm gonna play pinball." Next thing I know, I look over, he's got like a 10 million score. And I'm like, "Where's this coming from?" I was like, "There was a pinball museum in Poland." He goes, "No way." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't go because I was being lame." I think I was tired that day too.
No, everybody was super.
That was the off day that he went to all the museums.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we were like,
but no, the pinball museum I think was the day before or two. That was a lot of fun. I went with him.
That's cool.
No, yeah, it was.
Did you get to play a lot of machines?
Yeah,
that's cool.
But I think I lost my touch because I used to have skills, but it's been a while.
Yeah. So then we go to Zakopane.
Yeah, we go to the mountains.
Because what? We took a bus. No, we took the train.
We took the train, yeah.
We walked to the train.
Yeah, we walked to the train. No, we did take a bus. We took a bus to the train.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the train, God, that's like that. You want to talk about like fever dream where like I don't remember anything? That little piece right there.
This is when I finally like took you in.
Oh yeah, right before you were like,
I was like,
I
was like, dude, I'm
pharmaceuticals.
struggling. I still have like some of them in my bag.
Yeah.
They gave me an electrolyte tablet. No, that was right before we got on the plane. That's when we got back. That was like death had already happened. But I got like some stuff like cough medicine, and then we got to Zakopane. That was a cool train ride.
It was a cool
sick.
train ride. Yeah. Then we had to walk all the way to the.
Yeah,
that walk was a little much. Just because it's not that it's like a long walk. I mean, it was a decent walk, but it was because we had these bags and like
with
everybody
everything we owned and then on the trip.
But we got to that place and that place was freaking nice.
I'm not gonna lie, if like you could have transferred the Zakopane lodging over to Krakow, that would have been great. Because we were all posted up there, like everybody had their own spot except for the two on the couch. But like.
Even then,
it was not bad at all.
And it was so picturesque too, like right there in the mountain, side of the mountain.
All right, this is gonna get graphic, but I like took the best shit ever and just like was just looking at the mountains. It was so funny because like you just be sitting there, and you're like, wow, life's so beautiful.
Dude, you have to cut this or something.
What? This is funny.
Or bleep it.
Here, I'll give you a better.
No, it's good. It's already done.
I was using the restroom, or I could say I was showering. There we go. I had the most beautiful shower just like looking at the mountains. They were the most beautiful mountains.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not going to lie. When I started to get sick, like in Zakopane, when I started to get sick, I remember we walked back in the room and it was just like, don't even touch the bathroom. It was bad.
Yeah, everybody was like, well, the food. Okay, we got to get off this topic. But like the food was like different and started to like catch up to a lot of us.
Yeah, I think so. That by that point, like
the food.
Also, the freaking TV, man. I was sitting there. Everybody at that point had finally taken a nap. Like seriously, everybody had started to fall asleep, and I was sitting there for like an hour trying to get this TV to work. It was in Polish. I couldn't read it. I finally got it in English.
At one point, I was just like, "Bro, shut up." I think this is like everybody was napping before we. You gave us like 30 minutes, and then we were leaving again. I think we did like something like that. Like we were all walking.
We went to that restaurant, right?
Oh yeah,
it was a pretty good place. The Dolly Parton restaurant.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They really love Dolly Parton.
But no, that TV, I finally got into English, and I realized why I was in Polish because the moment it turned into English, it just stopped working. Like it wouldn't let me work. I finally got it to work, and then the volume wouldn't turn up, and I kept clicking the button, and it finally caught up, and it went to like max volume. Everybody was in their sleep.
I wanted to kill him,
and it was max volume. And then he goes, "Turn it down," and I go, "I'm trying," and it won't turn down. And then
that place was really nice. And then no joke, woke up that morning in the mountain. And I'm like, I'm not going because
Yeah, but you went. You played at a piano bar.
Okay,
the
night before, you played at that piano bar.
Okay, use the restroom again. Sorry.
Okay, he's gone.
We went to the mountain, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we went to the mountain, and the mountain was picturesque. Like you want to talk about like surreal? That is also very surreal. Like if you have the opportunity, I was a little bummed because I feel like it would have been way cooler if it was winter going up there.
Oh yeah.
If it was winter, I mean, what do you mean no?
Because it would have been cold.
It would have been horrific.
But no, you can see snow on some of the other mountains.
Yeah, you can see snow on the mountains.
That was actually like the lowest mountain peak around town.
But I finally got to ride. I've always wanted to ride in what are those things called?
Gravity.
The gravity,
slide or whatever.
Gravity slide.
That was hilarious.
Yes.
Well, so the night before did we do a group dinner there? No, that was the last night that we were there. We went.
We kind of ran into each other because I remember we went to that one restaurant. Actually, the same restaurant.
That night, I remember it was that night. I fell asleep and everybody was like, "Are you coming?" And I was like, "No, I can't."
Yeah, we knocked on your door because I decided to go, and I was like, "He needs to come," and you were like, "You were dead."
Yeah.
So we just left you, and then we all went to eat, and we were like looking for a bar or something. It was kind of like late. Yeah, and then we stumbled across the piano bar, which is like a worldwide thing, but I just thought it was really cool, like how accepted they were.
It was like way in the
across
back
Europe.
too, in an alley.
Oh yeah, it was like we saw a piano bar, and I
It was
like,
very
I gotta go in here.
catered to foreigners, non-Poles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There were guys from Spain and a guy from Portugal in there, and that was the second night. But the first night we were just kind of getting the feelers out, and there were these swings like at the bar. It was like the coolest thing.
What's
like,
funny is that lady like didn't even really speak English either too, so it was kind of like
I literally went, "Can I play?" And they go, "Yes." And I was like,
yeah.
"Cool." So I like we get a drink and then I go sit down, and like the first night we went, I was playing more of like I was actually just freestyling everything, and they were just like, okay. But one guy was like, normally it's like more upbeat stuff. So like the next night, which was just packed, we went in there like 14 people deep. It was just hilarious because like the whole squad came, and we were just like all up in this corner and at the bar.
Yeah, it was full house.
And then like all the locals, I don't even know if they were locals. I guess a lot of travelers like came in.
I mean, they were like locals, but they were transplants.
Yeah.
So there's like British people, and yeah.
That guy from Portugal was really nice.
There's also that art gallery director from Warsaw that Michaela would talk to.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the guy in the corner.
Yeah. He couldn't speak English, and her Polish was minimal, but they were somehow
Writing stuff
communicating.
down.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because she was talking to that dude, and I was like, what the hell could they possibly be talking
Yeah,
about?
it was about art gallery. He was a gallery director.
Yeah, that was the night that we went out on that group dinner to that one place. And like, I loved how like there were like wood benches you'd sit on. It was very like
And there was
old
music.
timey, like communal eating. It was really cool. The music was great. We were all like vibing the entire time. I was like headbanging to some mandolin. And like, I thought that was a really cool experience, like that type of eating, because it was a lot more meat, potatoes, and like soups, like really heavy soups, and it was delicious.
I somehow did not have any soup at all while I was there. That was one thing I wanted to
You
try.
didn't have any of the soups?
No, I didn't, and
You
I
didn't get
really,
soup once.
dude, I'm kind of pissed because I wanted soup, and now that I look back, I was like, dude, I didn't even eat a soup once.
Was it the tripe that you were telling everybody to try?
No.
What was it called?
The tripe they had at the Dolly Parton restaurant.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really
I
good.
just realized, that was a Dolly Parton.
I got
restaurant?
freaking beet soup, and it was just
borscht,
yeah. Well, it was kind of spicy. I was like,
yeah.
huh. It was pretty good.
I got a lot of the white borscht.
Mhm.
So-
Dude, remember Ariston got that soup and it was gone by the time like everybody else's food had even like considered like arriving at the table.
Ariston like was just downing soup the whole trip.
That was when I was sick.
in Old Town.
See, that's what you should be eating a lot of soup. That's good.
No, we did. We had like I got a sauerkraut soup with like three different meats
that
in
one
there.
was good too.
Oh my gosh.
I
And that
made
was
the
a really
mistake.
cool market. I will say that. Like the Old Town, like where all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
food was, I got that like on a piece of bread, like literally this big,
yeah.
with the
Smoked.
the fat,
Yeah.
the pig fat.
The morning of the mountain.
I don't think it's pig fat. I think it's like poultry fat. But
Oh,
yeah.
it was good.
No, the morning of the mountain was bad. I was really like sick that morning. I remember I was so sick that morning. Like not as bad as you, but I remember
Did
I
you
was
go
like,
up to the mountain or no?
no, I did go up to
Oh.
the mountain. I remember though. Okay, so that was when Ariston had that soup, and I was like, I'll just order a salad. It'll be small.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
I'll order a small salad.
Because
It was
we,
like-
we were at
It
the,
was huge.
we were at the other one with the tomahawk, like that came down, like with the pasta out front,
Oh yeah.
and like that was the most pasta I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was a full pan of pasta.
Yeah, Renee was telling me about it.
Yeah, and I mean, Ariston was like vacuum cleaner. But he got a salad. I've never seen a man look more defeated eating a salad. He was just sitting there. He was like, "I can't do this." And there was like a big piece of cheese on top, like this big. And he was just looking at it. He's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Bro, that's cheese." He was like, "I can't do this." No one knows what happened to said salad. You didn't even eat it.
So I ate like 5 bites of it. I paid for it in cash, and then he was like, "Oh, I can get you a to-go box." So I got a to-go box. Funny enough, and then I think it just got. I am not even. Well, I was so out of it. Like my brain was like this. I remember all of a sudden I looked down and the box of salad is gone, and there's a hot chocolate in my hand.
Huh?
When I was sitting waiting for the lift,
Oh yeah.
there was like that truck thing there that was serving like coffee and all of a sudden the salad is just not in front of me, and I have a hot chocolate in my hand. I'm like, what is going on?
The lift was sick.
No,
Yeah,
the lift was
That was
awesome.
really cool.
But yeah. Then let's see, we had one more day in Zakopane, right?
Wait, we
No.
gotta talk about the mountain though.
Oh,
Up on
That was the mountain. Yeah.
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 So we got up onto the mountain, you know, we take the pictures. Then we kind of ate stuff a little bit. I remember we kept just walking into like places and then walking out, and we were like, damn, dude. So we finally like just sat down.
Then at the bottom there's
Yeah.
the
And then
souvenir
I,
shop.
like-
up top because up top was really nice.
No, that's
there.
what I mean, up top.
Oh.
Like, remember when we got up top, it was like we were walking, we walk into the door, we just look around like this and just walked out
Yeah.
like a couple times. And then we sat down, and I can't remember, everybody finally got into like the same area right there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I had like a sausage or something on bread. I remember
Yeah.
that. It was
They
pretty
were
good.
grilling up there. It was really cool. The mulled wines.
Yeah, a lot of people got the
Yeah.
mulled wine.
Which it was not that good up there. It was just like red wine that was heated up.
Mm.
It wasn't like the berry one at that
They
one
got
restaurant.
the spices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like really scenic, really nice. We did the, like y'all were talking about the anti-gravity, like,
Yeah, gravity
I
well.
don't know, the trail.
Yeah. But
That
no,
was funny. I was getting yelled at the whole time on that
and,
because I was going too slow.
yeah, and your wife was also going really slow too. And so
I told you to slow down on the
Yeah,
turns. I'm
yeah.
like, guys, I'm not
I was
about
going at
to
a normal
crash.
pace. I was going at a
I
normal
cranked
pace.
it all the way up the whole time.
I was going at a
I was
normal
actually kind
pace.
of wondering if I could fall out. But
You could. I was
Renee
almost falling
did, didn't
out.
he?
oh yeah, Renee did.
Yeah.
Was it Renee or Ty?
I think it was Renee.
It was Renee.
'Cause he was going fast as crap, and I heard him like scream behind me. But,
But
Then we-
these
then-
two little kids got behind. I remember I was like, you know what, we're going at a normal pace, and all of a sudden Josh is like speeding like at like Mach 11 at me. He goes, "What are you doing? What's going on?" He like skirted on the thing, and I go, "We're just vibing, man." And we were just slowly going. And then these two kids like came down and like
slammed you.
almost rammed Josh. And then
Oh
the
my
one
God.
kid behind him didn't hit his thing, so he freaking bumped into the kid
Oh,
in
God.
front of it. It was like, I just looked back, and Josh is just like, yeah, this
It's
is
like
just
bumper
mess.
cars on the
Yeah.
side of the mountain.
And we were just all cruising. And then, yeah, but it did say go slow around the turns, to be
Yeah.
fair. And everybody was just not. It was, oh man. No, that was fun. I've seen those ones where it actually goes like freaking like a mile down a hill.
Yeah.
I would love to do one like that where it's
They're
like
pretty
30
fun.
minutes. Although I was hurting by the end. Like
Yeah.
this like part of my legs were like, no more.
All right, we're gonna have to finish up.
Yeah,
soon,
we got to
so.
finish up. So the next day, we get done. There was a cool salesman that tried to sell like the pelt of like,
Sheep pelts.
yeah, sheep pelts.
Those
and-
are cool. We should
Yeah.
have gotten one. Who was it that wanted one?
I don't remember, but he was like, "It can fit," and
Yeah,
we were
'cause
like, "There's
the
no way
concern-
that's gonna fit."
The concern was like, how are we gonna take it back?
Yeah.
But the big old sheep
yeah,
skin.
and then the next day we did.
We just went back.
Yeah, we just went back. We took the train, and
There wasn't really like anything.
yeah,
we just hung out.
I don't know
Crack
why,
out.
but the train ride back was kind of more fun. Although
I was asleep.
I thought I was passing a kidney stone at that point because I was like, dude, this is bad.
Yeah,
And
demons were being fought the whole time we were coming back to the States.
yeah. And then, well, we had one
Yeah.
more day in Krakow. And what did we do? We kind of just,
Nothing.
yeah, we kind of just did nothing.
That was the
I
day.
just finished souvenir shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Took some more
We
pictures.
did do a
Yeah.
lot.
We did have one more dinner, right?
Yes, we did.
We
We,
went back to the
yeah.
to the restaurant.
And the guys on my end had a freaking feast.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Pork
They like
knuckle
came.
oh yeah,
out.
it was like this.
Yeah, dude,
Me
it
and
was
you got
huge.
the same thing actually. We got
I
that like
couldn't even-
rack of ribs thing, and all of a sudden
They
I
were
looked
not
down.
that good.
No,
I
they
don't-
were mid. I'm not gonna lie,
The
they were mid.
ribs?
I didn't
It
want to
was-
say it.
It was like a ketchup. It was a weird sauce. It was
Well,
just
yeah,
a
if you're gonna get
sauce.
ribs, you gotta get in the south.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
That
but-
was good
n-
still, but
No, I was like, my stomach kept hurting, and I was like, oh, and then it would be fine. I'll go, okay, I can go again. And then like after like 10 minutes, I realized like I just got bones on my plate. I'm like, damn, I just did this. Like, holy crap. Oh yeah. So we had the dinner, and then after the dinner, it was kind of just like, okay, now this is when the story gets kind of crazy for you guys on your plane ride back and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we kind of just had like it was easy. We got to Germany, then we got to London. We had the day in London at the
Uxbridge.
yeah at the yeah.
north
that
of
place
Heathrow.
was
Yeah.
sick.
That place was really nice,
I
and
really
the guy
liked it.
running it was really cool.
And it was kind of sad, the story to hear once you found out about like how Brexit happened, and then like he hasn't got a lot of tourists anymore because like people from Europe don't go as often because you can't
Yeah.
just like go in anymore.
Mm.
You gotta have a
And
passport.
we got to ride on a double decker bus.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Vig-
we did. Yeah, we did.
Vig, I
And-
loved that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
That's it.
awesome. Yeah, and I remember I got a melatonin for the first time. Like I usually can sleep, but I was like so bad, and so I got a melatonin, and I'm not even kidding.
went to that pub.
We went to the pub, yeah, and the lady was like very kind of. She was aggressive. She was like,
Yeah, she's kind of like annoyed about the fact that we were there. Or something.
yeah,
I don't know
she
what it
was just bothered. She was just like Americans. Or
We
something.
went to a really cool pub that
Yes,
night.
so
You
that
guys-
was the pub night. That was
Yeah,
your
you went-
guys'
you took
pub.
the Uber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We went up there because we in Arizona wanted sushi and we couldn't find sushi, but we went to some other
So you were
like
sick and you were looking for sushi.
yeah.
That would have
I
been.
was-
That would have ended
You
bad.
had to realize I was not like eating all day until like dinner. I like could not eat, but I wanted sushi. There were like different points in the sickness, but we went to eat, ate at this one
The
place, found
sickness.
Ty and like the girls and whatever. Them and Renee went back, and like we're walking to this corner past this pub, we're like going to find another one. No joke, we hear this guy scream
Oh yeah. This is,
like literally shirt like this and just hoisted out like Superman diving. His face hits the concrete and there's these like
like literally thrown out of the bar.
literally throw
like an old western.
I've never seen a man thrown. He gets thrown. These two other dudes. Somebody said like no joke like death is coming, and I was like that's the realest stuff I've ever heard. He was just joking with us. Like they were normal people. It was just funny. He was
Death
like
is coming.
yeah, I don't know. And I'm watching this guy not be able to stand. He is so messed up. He cannot stand
Just-
up.
He was wasted. Or?
Just wasted, gone. Like for 45 seconds tried to stand up. These dudes that were just like messing with us, like went and helped him up and like got him up. And I was like, guys, should we go help him? They were like, no, because they were just having too much fun watching him. I was like, guys, we need to go help this dude up. And so these guys help him. And we're like, all right, we got to go in there now. Cause that's like,
You gotta find the backstory.
yeah, that's like pretty cool. So we're like walking by, and this other dude is like, "Hey, are these yours?" And it's the keys to a BMW. And I'm like, I think those were the guys that just got tossed. And so we brought him back inside, and it was a really cool pub. Like it was really chill.
So they let him back in.
No, heck no. They were like he wouldn't leave. We had to toss him out. We didn't want to do it. Like the employees there were like really ticked off. It was
No, he was probably bugging them.
yeah. He was definitely a nuisance, and like they got him situated or whatever. He's fine, I hope. And yeah, that pub was really cool. That was like a very homey pub. It was like you were in your own little spot, and then you weren't bothered. And then all hell broke loose when we had to travel back.
Yep.
So we traveled back. So the Memphis group, we went to Germany. Then
Y'all
we went to
had no
London.
problems. Let's
So,
just cut it
yeah.
there because y'all had the most blissful time getting back. They got back a whole day earlier, and then there was us, and we were all just so fed up. I was
Yeah.
just like, "You got to be kidding me!" Because we got screwed over in Heathrow.
I think that was the only time I was fearing outright rebellion.
Yeah, because they didn't give us any money for like our flight being.
Oh, they totally
delayed.
screwed us up.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so what
Heathrow and
exactly
British
happened?
Airways.
I don't even really know the story here. So what's the deal?
They so the flight was supposed to leave at 5, 6, then they moved it to 5, then they moved it to 7, but like they wouldn't tell us anything, right?
Yeah, well, that's how that freaking place was. We were sitting there, and it was like 30 minutes before we were supposed to
they would
even
tell
get
you, like,
on,
at
and
the last
then
minute,
they
like, oh,
finally,
you're supposed to be at your gate,
yeah.
and then
Our gate changed like 3.
and then they
times and-
postpone it again, and so because they're postponing it, they're not gonna have a in-flight meal. But you guys can get vouchers. But to get the vouchers, you have to like go all the way to the other end of Heathrow Airport to the customer service desk, which was like an hour away. But you have to book your flight in 5 minutes. And
Yep.
we're actually like kind of kidding about these vouchers. We're just messing with you, right?
We're just kidding about
No,
the
it
voucher.
was. They did give us a meal.
They like so the guy at the little kiosk in front of the gate. I got him to print a few of them out. But he said, if you want any more, you have to go back to the customer service. It's
That's so dumb.
yeah, that's 30 minutes away, and we're supposed to start boarding at
Yeah.
5. Like,
Yeah.
you're joking with us.
We did have our plane did get delayed by a couple minutes, I think.
This was bad.
Yeah,
I was
and the
so
reason why,
done with Heathrow and London.
yeah,
Yeah.
the reason why was I think we were doing British Airlines or something like that.
British Airways.
Yeah.
We did British Airways too.
And they actually, he said over the thing, he goes, "We're gonna have to delay because we're actually gonna have to have an American Airlines flight tonight or this morning." And it was an American. They brought it was a British Airways plane, but the entire crew was the American
American
Airlines. And I think it was because whoever there got mixed up or something. So
Yeah.
we had to wait.
Yeah.
But other
So
than
it's
that,
probably
no.
your fault.
yeah,
You guys screwed it
Yeah,
up
we
for
got
us.
messed up.
Yeah.
Well, that was just
And like the whole terminal or whatever, the gates, there was had like one Starbucks, and that was it. Well, there was like this crappy little restaurant too.
Okay, when we got to Dallas, though, I'm not gonna lie, I was depressed because we got to Dallas, and I got to Dallas.
I don't want to hear anything from you, bro.
No, I was depressed because prices
you can't say
were.
anything about depression. Nothing. We were battling for our lives out here with the rats on the floor, dude. We
fly
spent,
into New York.
We spent the night.
Me and Renee almost got locked out of the airport
Oh my
because
god.
we stepped outside.
Yeah, dude.
And they were closing because it was like midnight, so they're closing the.
And it was like a
we're back
battle
there."
to like charge stuff. It was really fun.
So wait, okay, so you guys got on your flight in London, and this was at New
So we
York
fly
now.
into New York, yeah. And
So
then
you're in New York
it was
now.
what,
They
like
locked
8
it.
hours or something that we had to sit there middle of the night.
Really, 8
Everything-
hours.
Everything closed except the Dunkin' Donuts.
We got a little bit to eat when we got there. He got us stuff and like donuts
Yeah.
and stuff, and then it
That
was
is-
like
Yeah, because that's terrible. Because you guys don't get your in-flight meal, and then
I ate.
They gave us something. They were supposed to give us 2 meals. So only gave us one.
There was no early morning wake up meal,
that's
Yeah.
fucking
which was nice
stupid.
when we got
That's
there.
so dumb.
But
there was a whole issue with the bottles of vodka.
that was funny. Well, yeah, I had to like just pour it down the drain.
Mm.
But then I got
But then the other ones they allowed
yeah,
because they're wrapped up.
something free, duty free.
Yeah, dude.
That was just funny because like I just pulled that receipt out of my pocket. They were like, "Do
yeah.
you have a receipt to prove?" And I was like, "Maybe on my phone." They were like, "No, we need a receipt." I was like, "Oh my god, I think I threw it away." And like I had put all my stuff in my pockets in the bin. And I looked down and there's a receipt sitting there. I'm like, maybe. Open it up and sure enough, it's like for the 2 bottles. Tom threw me under the bus like immediately. He was like, "Where'd you get these?" I didn't see a receipt, and he goes, "It's his." And like he and like pointed at me. I'm like, "Thomas," and he was like, "Bro, what? They're not mine." And I'm like I can't. You have to take one of them. It's supposed to be yours. And he's like, he just gave me up immediately.
One per person or something.
Yeah, I got like thrown under the bus, and then we got to Charlotte.
I can't even remember Charlotte. Like,
Dude, yeah,
that's not even in my head.
no,
Like,
it wasn't real.
Hey, we went to Charlotte too, actually, on the way there.
And then the flight, we got back, and it was just like pure bliss.
yeah.
It was so nice to be back.
It was nice.
Yeah.
And just driving into Batesville.
We were even joking about it, but like I was just like, this is so nice to be home in boring America, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
And
mad about
cases
prices.
as Żabka.
Yeah.
No, the prices kind of depressed me when I got back because I was like, Jesus.
Oh, yeah,
Because
you
I went to
got
Starbucks and it was $9 for a drink this big,
Mhm.
and I got a cake pop, and I was like, $9 fucking dollars,
Yep.
dude. I was just eating like a king for $9 in freaking Poland, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was mad. But yeah,
guys, we're gonna have to
that was
wrap
our
this up.
I'm wrapping it up right now. This was our Poland trip. It was kind of crazy. So
There's more
Would-
stories. We got other
Yeah.
people in here to be.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had a lot of fun. Maybe we can talk
We can
more.
do Poland after dark.
Poland after dark.
Because there's just so much more.
Maybe what I have to do is if I can't get them to come here, we'll have to go to them. Maybe we should just take a class
we
period
can
and bring the cameras.
We can bring other people in here.
I'll just bring the cameras and the microphones to the class.
That works. A group.
I don't know how.
cast.
Actually, I don't know how well that would work. It would be.
Yeah, I don't know. If I would
it would be a little crazy, but yeah. So thank you guys for
Thank you.
for
fun.
listening to this special episode of the Career Pathways podcast. Everything Poland. It was a great trip. Would you go back?
Yeah,
Yes.
if he invites me.
I'd
Yeah.
do it in May again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in May again. Let's do it. But yeah. So thank you
After
guys,
graduation.
and peace out. See you guys. This broadcast is sponsored in part by Lyon College and by KILT Studios.